Yep.
Check your eyebrow, babe. Check your eyebrow.
I was on fire today. Alright guys, before we go on with the actual video, one thing we'll quickly wanted to share with you. A lot of you who are watching our content are actually not subscribed to our channel. So you'll be missing out on notifications when we post our content. Make sure to hit the subscribe button at the bottom and also turn on the notification bell so that you're always up to date and know when we post our next content.
What he said. Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to another video.
With our family. No, actually today it's just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Yay! We haven't done this in, I don't even know how many
Babe,
months.
we literally did this last
No,
week.
but I mean only us. Like last week was a mix of, you know, the boys meeting and then us talking about like just literally us. You will not be seeing the boys today. We're so sorry.
Or the girl.
Oh, you see, you know what? It's so funny because I still say that a lot, right?
Yeah.
I really have to get used to that.
I mean, I'm guilty as well. We just categorize all of them as the boys.
When we talk about children, the boys.
Because we're used to the boys. So that's something we're going to get
Sorry,
used to.
Ada.
Sorry, Ada. We're going to get
apologies.
used to, you know, recognizing you as an entity.
The kids
in a
or
while.
guys. Or I have to say
Not
something.
guys.
No, but like, you know, in terms of guys, all of you.
Yeah, but still.
Okay.
Guys is like male.
But guys can be used as a general term, no?
Do not misgender her, please.
It has started.
I'm joking.
It has started.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. So how are we feeling about like having more children?
Huh? Are we going there straight away?
That escalated real quick.
I
mean, that is the title of this video and people want to know.
We're going to try and build it up a little bit, won't we? First of all, how are we feeling about this one now? How have the last 3 weeks been?
It's actually been good.
Yes.
I mean,
Very
I'm
good.
not even going to lie. Honest to
don't.
God, it's really been good.
Yeah.
And I mean, you get the hang of parenting, especially when it's not your first, it's not your second. Like, we're OGs at this point. We really are OGs, honestly.
Yeah.
David, the ballet. David.
Uh-huh.
I have to pray. You're a chief. You're
My-
a chief of this house. No, David really has been holding down the fort, like, since before, you know, having the baby. When I was, like, hugely pregnant, couldn't do much. David was, like, you know, taking the two boys every day in the park, taking them to school, bringing them back, doing dinner, doing everything. Like, you've just made life easy for us. And the boys haven't really felt that anything was missing, really. So
they did miss you though. Remember those moments in the evening or morning? They were like, you know, no, they did miss you, to be fair.
They did, yeah, because
Which is a good thing.
needed a lot
Which is a good thing.
I needed a lot of rest.
Yeah.
And so for me to get that rest,
Yeah.
you know, David would always tell them, no, don't go into Mama's room. She's
Yeah.
sleeping. So they
Yeah,
really did miss me. But anyway, my point is, because we really had this system that worked for us even before the baby came, now that the baby has come, I find, especially in the beginning where she's doing nothing but breastfeeding, really, I'm the primary carer.
Of course.
So in that case, it's just like, well, I do have this new responsibility, and David has pretty much carried on with being the primary carer for the boys as well. And in the evening, we try to have this like family integration where I'm present as much as I can be with the new baby and welcoming their interaction with their sister. Obviously, making sure that they don't bounce on her and block out her ears and eyes. But yeah, so it's really been, it's been good.
Yeah, very good actually. Absolutely. We've actually said this to all our friends and family. Like at the moment, baby Ada is actually probably the easiest of all things, just because we know what to do. Or well, in this case, at the moment, you said rightfully said, you know what to do, right? So it's not really when it's your first. Obviously, it's this whole excitement of what's going to happen. Yeah, a lot of kind of scary moments maybe in the beginning where you don't know what to do, right? So that's obviously with the third one now not an issue anymore.
Who would have known? Because when we had Kian, we thought like literally that newborn phase was like the most difficult.
Yeah, true.
And now with 3 kids, it's the easiest.
Exactly. So the biggest challenge, if you want to call it that anyway, is obviously just keeping everything all together. But it's been going well.
So let's just say it's been 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
She's not even a month old.
No.
It's 3 weeks. So the first week pretty much was in hospital.
Yeah. True.
Then I got back. The second week was a mastitis week.
Oh, yeah.
So I got mastitis, and I also got infection of my wound site as well. So I was on antibiotics as well. So that was recovery. Yeah. And then week 3, Now that David's dad has arrived. And all I do, I kid you not, my schedule
Queen,
is
where's your
I'm
crown?
I'm like a queen, literally. Let me tell you what happens, right? Well, unfortunately, Ada is asleep throughout the day because newborns are just sleepy. But at 9 p.m., she's like, I'm awake. I'm ready to start my day.
Please entertain me.
So because I'm mostly awake throughout the night, breastfeeding, changing, and playing with this newborn, David and his dad are making my life easy during the day. So what happens is in the morning, David gets the boys ready for school and takes them to school. Then he comes to me with my pump.
Cleaned and sterilized.
Cleaned and sterilized.
Let
He's
me
like,
just please add that.
We need milk.
Yeah.
So I pump and I give it to him with
Ada.
the baby, hands the milk and the child to his dad.
Well, first I get her ready, so nappy change, clothes, and then fully clothed with 2 bottles of milk, I'll hand her over to my dad.
And David's dad just handles her for most of the day until I stroll out of bed, which is usually just before 12 p.m.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I was going to even say around 11, but yeah.
Yeah, half 11, 11:45.
Yeah, you get your rest.
I feel good. Life is good. Life is good.
Right now, yeah. This week has definitely been a bit easier. Was very, very good. That obviously allowed us to, take a bit more care even of the house together, which is nice. And there are a couple of things I think we managed well, but there are obviously a few things, let's say, that we weren't able to get to in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So we were able to get that done. Obviously get some work in as well, which is great. Hence also we're sitting here talking now, which is amazing. I got a bit more of my work done as well. So it's just, I think, helped us find a bit more of an overall balance. And I don't feel like, this kind of tunnel vision, it's all about kind of newborn baby and getting crazy boys,
It can't even be all about newborn baby.
No, of course not. But I think sometimes you need that break that you can readjust mentally, right? And now I think this will help us really, get into the new routine where absolutely everything is a bit more balanced. So it's been already great days so far.
Yeah, but as far as work, honestly, I don't even think I'm mentally there. Because even though your dad is... managing her and the boys are in school, so pretty much we have our hands free. But when I think about work, I feel like I'm not even there mentally. I'm still in my newborn bubble, which I am trying to really enjoy because I keep reminding myself it's not even 6 weeks. I mean, 6 weeks, if you have a baby, whether vaginal or cesarean, doctors or the midwives would recommend, rest for at least 6 weeks.
And rest meaning really trying to lie down for most of the day, like in bed.
But this is like only 3 weeks. And I will never get this newborn phase again. And we'll come
wool up, just wool up.
To whether this is going to be our last baby or not.
What?
What? I will never get this phase back again with Ada.
With Ada.
Yeah,
you
with
forgot to add that very important difference.
Definitely.
It is very important.
Calm down.
Very important.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to really enjoy this phase.
You're having a blast in the evenings when you bath her. I think you're more excited when it's bath time in the evenings than she is, obviously.
Oh, can we just...
Yeah, okay, so now...
I'm going to insert a video of her in the shower. It is the most zen thing you will ever see. David has discovered that Ada really just loves the shower of warm water running down her head. And he tested it because you put the shower head any part of her body and
feet,
she has a weird reaction. And the moment you put it on her head, she's just
falls asleep straight away.
Yeah, so I just really look forward to that every night. I'm like, Ada, it's bath time.
And what do you do after that? After
bath time, we have a full body massage, okay, with moringa oil. Oh my goodness, we do the whole shebang. And after that, we cuddle, we breastfeed, we talk to each other, even though it's more of a monologue than a dialogue. And then
she's talking to you in spirit.
She's talking to I get the body reaction and the occasional smile. Even though it's more like a facial nerve twitching, but I'm gonna take that as a smile. Exactly. And then put her to bed.
That's it. And then actually, to be fair, I don't know if it's because of my dad is around, but coincidentally, around that same time, she has started to sleep a little bit better, at least in the evening. She still wakes up at night, obviously. That's normal almost. But at least you know, she does fall asleep now after all this kind of routine.
Yeah.
And then has her kind of cycles of 2-3 hours sometimes.
Yeah, from about
roughly
8:30 to 11:30. So she would have that 3-hour stretch,
That's
and
good.
then we'll start feeding again, and then nappy change, another stretch.
We're getting there. So yeah, as you can see, life is very well.
Life is very well.
No, it's going great so far. I think we're enjoying it. I hope you can see that as well. Really no complaints. Also, I think forward looking now, what is nice, of course, my dad is, as we said now before, is around at the moment. There'll be a few more family members that will be visiting us over the next weeks and months, depending, of course, on the situation all over the world with travel restrictions and whatnot. So I think that also gives us a bit more of an energy and even more positive view on the future that you know, we get this help now. See a lot of family members again. I think, you know, your family eventually will be coming as well, which will be exciting. A few more of my family will come around. So yeah, I also, that gave me certainly a bit of energy.
Yeah, we're planning this overlap where my parents come while David's parents are still here, and we have this big family dinner. That's it.
That was so nice.
We're making all these plans, but again, it just depends on travel restrictions.
Yeah.
And we'll know better by mid-July anyway.
Exactly.
So
now, to the big topic.
The elephant in the room is whether this is going to be our is this going to be our last baby or not. Well, so David is so dramatic, I swear. Listen, you guys know that David has always been like pro let's have 4 kids.
Put this on me. What is this now? Please continue.
David's always wanted 4 kids. I don't think we should even talk about what I wanted because
well,
honestly,
it went from like this to this.
It's like a yo-yo. It always just bounces depending on my mood. I've learned to not take myself seriously, specifically regarding the topic of children.
Okay.
And how many we're gonna have.
Learn to not always take yourself so seriously all the time. Good point.
Okay, that's not where I was going with this, but hey, honestly, when it gets stressful or the boys annoy me, I'm just like, never again. And then they're so cute. I'm like, oh. More. So anyway.
The one big aspect of that conversation, of course, on the one hand, I had this idea when I was younger that, okay, 4 kids sounds amazing. Now, I do always say that obviously all dependent on the context and situation, right? It has to kind of fit. You have to be ready for it, and the situation, needs to really allow for it. But of course, the one big thing after the boys was, as you know, and you know, a lot of you have commented on it as well, we of course really wanted a daughter as well, right? So that was the big one that, like, we said eventually, like, no, let's try for another one, and let's see if we're being lucky then. So now with the daughter, obviously, you can imagine that was a big piece in our life puzzle and something we've been wanting for quite a while. And I would say after every child, normally, you know, you're hardly, at least in our experience, we weren't after Kino Noor immediately 3 weeks after, like, let's go for another one, right? I think it was always like, look, let's first get used to this. Let's find our balance with this one, and then further down the line we see. No,
the difference has been when we had Kian. Yeah, we might not have been jumping into making another baby 3 weeks later, but we knew we would have a second. We wanted another,
okay, that's true.
Okay, then between second and the third was the debate. But honestly, when we think about the negative aspect of the pandemic, I think the one positive thing that came out of this for our family was life slowing down, because again, I really just wanted to run with my career and all of my business ideas, and I thought, like, well, I'm not going to have the time, and I want to be a great parent to the children I already have. So because of the pandemic and everything slowing down, it really made me think, well, now would be a great time to add another child. And fortunately, we got Ada. Fortunately, we got Ada. But then, so now is the question of, well, the idea of going 3 to 4, like this decision, like even if we decided yes, it's not something that we're going to be doing like in 3 weeks' time.
Nope.
Can you imagine?
Nope.
No,
I can't.
3 weeks, like next month, I'm like,
oh,
I'm
oopsie.
pregnant.
No, I can't.
But anyway, but now the question, what we've even been talking about is, well, that idea of 4. Comment below if you're a mom already,
right, or
if you're, you've started to raise a family, and let me know, did you ever have that feeling of my family is complete? Because my twin sister, who has 4 kids, after she had the 4th one, mentally or psychologically, there is this relief of I'm now finished. I want to focus on raising my children. Yeah. Whereas I'm still in this position of, is this it? Is there going to be more?
So yeah, you're right. After Keen, of course, there was definitely, we knew we wanted a second one, and so it kind of went down. But I think this time around, there's more than ever a certain sense, at least, of like, that could be it. I could see that being our family. But of course, on the other hand, I'm also somebody to say like, look, you never know, right? I'm not like 100% against. I'm not 100% against it, as I always wanted before. And if, again, right now, I can't see it. Obviously, it doesn't fit right now in the context of everything, right? With work and other plans we have in life, you know, right now it does not fit, right? But then again, for me, it's always the context. You know, 2-3 years down the line, who knows? But I have to say, more so than after Keen and Noah, I definitely am feeling for the first time there could be that could be it. There's a certain sense of, as I said, this was potentially the last piece to the puzzle.
Even the fact we're content creators, we get all these comments like when we had Noah, it's like, oh, the boys need a sister. As if we could decide that. Now that the sister has come, you will be surprised how many comments we've gotten about she's going to need a sister. You know, obviously that doesn't pressure us. But when we think about, you know, making our family 4, like having 4 kids, we would love to have another girl. For us to have a sister, but then we have this,
easy,
if it was that easy, but then we have this conversation. Okay, what if we then go for the 4th and it's another boy? She's still not gonna have a sister. So really, we can see this being our family going forward. And of course, I suppose it's easy for you to say, oh, we'll see 2 years, 3 years, all that stuff. But for me, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with having kids in your 40s, but personally, when I have a vision for my life, like, my 40s is supposed to be like my career trajectory. I don't want to be having babies at that time.
But you do know how old you are, right? When I say 2-3 years down the line, like, I don't know, are you trying to make yourself older than you are? Why is that? Who would want to do that? So there you have it. That's certainly our state of mind at the moment, I would say. I mean, it was, of course, in essence, inconclusive, but I think it's quite clear that the general sense that we have at the moment, the feeling that this will be it. Yeah, I mean, that's how I would maybe summarize it. Like, there's definitely, for the first time, in my case, for the first time, even that feeling of, I could actually see this being the family going forward, right? And seeing those 3 beautiful, you know, smart little kids being our children growing up and raising them, you know, to become teenagers and adults. So that alone, I think, is a big sign for me. Right?
And
that's a big sign.
Although I don't know, this is just weird, and if anybody experiences this as well, let me know. But I just have a thing with odd numbers, and I say to David, I'm happy with like 2 kids or 4 kids. Like 3 is a bit weird. But ever since, I was saying this before I had Ada, right?
Okay.
But ever since having her. And like knowing how in love I am with her, I almost feel so selfish that I don't want to add another baby to the mix, whether boy or girl. I just want this only daughter bond, and I've already started visualizing our holidays together. By the way, we're going to Trinidad and Tobago, Ada and I, for a friend's wedding. It was supposed to be like this whole huge family trip, and we're talking, but I'm just like, you know, just let the girls just go to TNT, and you know, we'll send you guys pictures.
Boys and I will go to
Germany. You guys
Ibiza.
I've started visualizing our mommy-daughter trip, and then when I even think about like all of my valuable stuff, I mean, besides obviously there is gonna be the legacy, the intellect, and really like the substance that I pass on to her, all that stuff. But when it even comes to like just hand-me-downs, real valuable stuff, just like, you know, I'm passing this vintage stuff to my child.
It's gonna be a real struggle for me to decide who will get my valuables.
Yeah, whether it's cute.
It's very difficult. All my really expensive, valuable things that
your Birkenstock.
My Birkenstock, and
you're gonna give the right foot to Noah and the left foot to Kian.
My Zara and H&M clothes and my 2 Hugo Boss belts.
Yeah. No,
very difficult.
But again, like my Birkin bag, I can just give it to her. There's no need to struggle with any sister.
Very true. But look, she'll have a great life anyway, regardless of whatever. But of course, it's the emotional side there of being able to share this with your daughter. That's beautiful. As you can see, look, we're incredibly happy. Everything is going well. Can't really complain. And we're very happy also we got a chance to sit down with you guys today and share that. Obviously, you know, we will be, you know, putting as much out there on the stories as well as we can on Instagram, the daily routine with Ada, but also of course the boys now, especially on weekends or evenings. Make sure obviously to follow us there to see more content, and then we will try and make sure that we come back with another vlog with the boys and Ada for next week.
You let us know what you want to see next, because I do have her room tour, which I never did.
True.
And I didn't really, I have not done her room tour. I'm happy to do that. And then all the essentials that I'm using right now, because I do realize there's a lot of you who are probably pregnant or have had a baby, and, you know, want to know what I'm using for, you know, feeding, where I'm getting some necessary things I'm using right now. So just let us know what you want to see, and we'll be happy to film that for you.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.